Think about milk. A simple, natural food. For most of history, if you drank milk, you probably got it from a cow you knew. Maybe your family's cow, or your neighbor's. It was local. It was direct. But today, almost all our milk comes from a factory. It's been heated up in a process called pasteurization. We're told this is for our safety, to kill germs. But what if that story is wrong? What if the real story is about power, money, and how a whole industry was built? By taking something simple away from people? Back in the early 1900s, cities were crowded and dirty. There were filthy dairy operations. People, especially kids, got sick. The authorities and the big new dairy companies pointed at the milk. They said, "The problem is the germs in raw milk. It's spreading tuberculosis. It's a white plague." The solution they pushed? Pasteurization. Heat treat the milk to kill the germs. Sounds sensible, right? But let's look closer. Pasteurization machines are big, complex, and expensive. A small farmer couldn't afford one. But a huge dairy company could. Suddenly, the new rule was, to sell milk safely, you must pasteurize it. This wasn't just a health rule. It was a business rule that only the big guys could follow. Small farmers were shut out. Your local milkman disappeared. Control over milk shifted from thousands of local farmers to a handful of big processors. But wait, was the deadly germ in milk story even true? Here's the hidden part of the story. When farms had outbreaks of sickness, they blamed a contagious germ. But a different truth was emerging. Vets who actually looked at the animals found something simple and shocking. The cows were sick because they were fed food contaminated with industrial waste. Funny how it was the science diet industry that determined these byproduct waste diets were exactly what cattle needed to thrive. Because these feed concoctions fit the figures they themselves invented as part of a balanced diet for cattle. Switch them back to their natural diet, grass, real feed, and they got better. Not from drugs, from nutrition. But this truth was buried. You might ask why? Because the germ theory sold the solution, pasteurization machines. The bad feed theory would have meant shutting down the new industrial food system. That wasn't profitable. Let's be clear about the hypocrisy. Cigarettes, which kill millions, are legal, just with a warning label. Alcohol, which destroys lives, is legal. Processed junk food, packed with sugar and chemicals that cause disease, is sold everywhere. They just get a warning label. The same FDA that bans raw milk approves aspartame, glyphosate, and factory-farmed meat soaked in chlorine washes. But raw milk? In many places, you can't even buy it. Selling it is treated like selling radioactive material, even though, for generations, people boiled it at home, as a personal choice. The system wants you dependent on processed, packaged, long-lasting food it controls. Raw milk is a threat to that. It's direct, it's local, it's outside their control. This was certainly not about safety. It was about creating a crime. So you need the industry. And the science? It was laughable at best. The criteria for proving transmission through milk was based on inducing a fever in animals, the main symptom of TB, along with many other diseases. So science figured if a fever could be produced in animal studies, they could claim the culprit was raw milk, and the solution of pasteurization was already on deck before the 1918 study even began. Now you would think they would simply milk a cow, have someone consume that milk, then see if they fall ill. But this was not the case. Let's state it plainly. They didn't isolate a pathogen from milk. They created a toxic slurry from guinea pig testicles, urine, and aborted hog fetus livers. They injected this concoction into starved, terrified, caged animals. When the animals died from poisoning, starvation, stress, and repeated physical assault in the form of anal probes, blood withdrawals, or jugular injections, they pointed to the lesions and called it TB. When feeding this lab-made slurry to monkeys failed, they drugged them with laxatives to force a reaction. The successful transmission was a result of toxic overdose and bodily trauma, not natural consumption of raw milk. This wasn't an attempt to understand a disease. It was a premeditated effort to manufacture evidence for a preordained conclusion. Milk must be pasteurized. It's not just milk. This is a playbook. Step 1. Take something natural, like raw almonds, herbal remedies, or the choice to give birth at home. Step 2. Create an exaggerated problem. Call them unsafe, contaminated, risky. Step 3. Offer the solution. A processed, regulated, industrial version. You must buy from them. Step 4. Outlaw or restrict the natural, traditional choice. They didn't just pasteurize the milk. They pasteurized your choice. It broke the direct, unmediated link between producer and consumer. You no longer needed to know the farmer. You needed to trust the brand and the regulator, both captured by the same industrial interests, instead of your own community or yourself. It criminalized traditional knowledge and self-sufficiency. Even today, many Amish people drink raw, unpasteurized milk as a traditional practice. Kids reject pasteurized milk as watered down. They are way healthier than their urban counterparts. The elites didn't fear the bacteria in your milk. They feared the economic and personal independence that raw milk represents. So the next time you see a simple, natural thing being called dangerous by the very people selling you the safe alternative, remember the milk. Ask the real question: who gains the power when I lose the choice?